Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. What a beautiful Tuesday evening it is, folks. Brian Anderson here, joined by Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. They fall in the latest rankings. Not at all a good sign for this team.
Checking out the 76ers, they are playing great out of the gates. The NBA season is a marathon. Putting your team in a good position early will pay off later.
Here are the five for Philadelphia. Alex Caruso is out there with Derek White. Then it's Jalen Johnson. Then it's Evan Mobley. And it's Butler in at the three, the small forward. And for the Bulls, Buzelis out there with Klingon. Then there's George. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Levine in at the two. Well, two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
And Mobley throws it down.
And look at the mobility there from Mobley. Excellent at executing in the open floor.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Now here's Butler. Mobley on a screen. Rejected by Klingon. And they get it back. To the middle. 5 to shoot. Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And Johnson giving these fans a show.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. And just about a minute into this first quarter. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. We discussed Evan Mobley and how we wanted to defend him coming into this matchup. He said, quote, to make him settle for jumpers, we don't want him getting easy buckets or deep inside positioning. That's when you get into trouble. We'll see how good the resilience is against him tonight. Back to you.
Allie, thank you. Butler with the bucket.
Well, he's a great mid-range scorer, and that's why Butler's teammates and coaches encourage him to look for that shot.
Pass to Buzelis. Here's Levine for three. Another three for Chicago.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
Now here's Butler. His last outing, we saw him score 13. And here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Coming off the screen, Butler draws attention to himself and then makes a great pass.
Pass to Buzelis. Outside Levine. Another three for Chicago.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Mobley outside. Back to Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
And there's Jimmy Butler later on in his career, but still showing you the athleticism.
Pass to Buzelis. Outside Levine. Launches it. Another three for Chicago.
He still hasn't missed. 4 for 4 to start the game.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And here we have last season's best free throw shooting teams. The Bulls third.
And last year, this team was so composed at the line, they would love to repeat that success.
'76ers trail by 4. White on the wing. He's covered by Hart. Johnson a screen on George. Butler passes to Johnson. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
Now here's Klingon. Outside Hart. Pass to Levine. Back to Hart. Just 4 to shoot. Three-pointer. Mobley grabs the board.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
And the Defensive Player of the Year for 2025, Evan Mobley. What makes him so formidable, Graham?
Well, you know, he has a similar physical frame to Hall of Famer Kevin Garnett. Long-armed and athletic at 6'11", and the intangibles are all there as far as timing and IQ. And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Johnson finds Butler. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Chicago has gone 4 of 6 from deep to start this game. Outside Levine. And again, no good by Chicago. The Sixers trailing. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist by Mobley. And it's 7 points now in the game for Jalen Johnson. George outside. Pass to Hart. Now here's Levine from outside the arc. The Bulls with another miss. Butler against George. Right side, Butler. Mobley on a screen. White for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
There obviously was a breakdown at the defensive end. They gave away too many clean looks.
Well, they say film doesn't lie, and you could just imagine these guys watching this film. It's going to be an ugly sight for sure.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
Now here's Levine. 20 points for him last game against New York. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. The 76ers have got 8 out of 12 shots to fall. Down low. Caruso finds Johnson. Philadelphia moving it around. To the inside. And Mobley throws it down.
Oh, the hammer. Mobley, a powerful dude out there.
Pass to Buzelis. Outside Levine. The 3 is up. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now here's Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
When Butler is cleared for takeoff, just get off the runway.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. There's always going to be player movement in the offseason. I have to imagine some of those guys are still meshing with their new team, Grant.
Well, it depends on the player, B.A. With young guys, it can take more time to adapt. But for the veterans, they know what their game is about by this point.
Here's Buzelis. No points yet. Pass to George. And stolen by Caruso. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Mobley throws it down.
You talk about a catch radius. I don't think you could miss Mobley with that pass if you tried.
Outside Levine. Nails it from three. Levine's got 18 points in the game.
Oh, fantastic start from the field for him. 6 for 8.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
You know, they have to feel good about themselves, going into that one as the underdog and eking out the win.
And the 76ers with some changes. Watson, he's checked in for Johnson. Marshall comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Ellis is subbed in for Caruso. Now Mobley, coming off a terrific game against Brooklyn. White for three. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, you came to the right place.
Now here's Hart, coming off a 16-point game against the Knicks in New York.
So much of the offense ran through him. Looking at the assist total, we saw how unselfish he can be.
Mobley with it. George defending. Mobley passes to Watson. White for three. Oh, he missed that one. 1 for 3 in this one so far. The Bulls trail by 4. And the foul called on Evan Mobley. That's his first foul of the game. For Chicago, Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Klingon. Malik Monk comes in for Levine. And LeVert subbed in for Hart. Now here's Monk. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against New York. Pass to Buzelis. Just 5 to shoot. Chicago passing it around. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Philadelphia leading by 4. Here's Ellis. And here's Marshall. George defending. Now Ellis. The three. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
LeVert finds Monk. Now here's Robinson. He's guarded by Ellis. From 10 feet away. Robinson can't hit. Philadelphia has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. White, good.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
George outside. Pass to Robinson. LeVert outside. Puts up a three. Rebound by the 76ers. Mobley's got 6 rebounds in the game. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play.
Shooting one.
And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for the 76ers.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
And then there's the points of turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
And Keon Ellis gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And always interesting to look back at last season. These were the NBA's best transition teams. The Bulls third.
They would just push the ball at every opportunity, even when defenders had already gotten back.
Pass to George. Lets a floater go. And he sinks the layup.
Look at that touch by Paul George.
Philadelphia leading by 7. And at his peak, Paul George averaged 7 free throw attempts per game. Tim, that number has seen a precipitous decline.
Well, in particular, the last few seasons, and I think with his injury concerns, BA, you understand him being less inclined to hunt contact.
And Chicago has possession. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Connects from downtown. George has got his second basket of the night.
And that's why Paul George is such a talented scorer. He can even do it off the catch.
Outside White. 6 to shoot. Robinson with a steal. White against LeVert. Pass to Robinson. Over Mobley. No good off the glass.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Now White. Takes a three. It's hauled in by Robinson. And so George will bring it up for Chicago. 6-point game. Ellis outside. Gets the three to fall. Ellis has got 5 now.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Outside Monk. LeVert outside. George for 3. Pure from 3-point range. George has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
And you see Paul George right there not backing down at all, coming right back with a 3 of his own.
Here's Mobley. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. 12 points for him.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Pass to LeVert. Robinson, a screen on White. Here's LeVert. From down in the low post, it goes.
This is all you can do if you're the defense. LeVert is excellent at gutting his way through physical coverage.
Here's White. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what's your take on the Sixers so far?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Early offense in this league is key. You've got to score before the defense can set up in the half court.
They've got Malik Monk. Jackson out there with Zach LaVine. Then there's Mitchell Robinson, and it's LeVert in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Kicks it out to Jackson. Here's Levine for three. Rebounded by Johnson. The Sixers lead by 8. Outside Butler. Kennard on the wing. Robinson defending. Jackson Davis a screen. And here's Butler outside. And rebounded by Zach Levine. And the Bulls shooting 55% for the game so far. LeVert passes to Robinson. Chicago passing it around. LeVert left side. Outside Monk. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Over Butler. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Kennard can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 8. And he lobs it up top. And a big finish by Robinson.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. Now here's Kennard. He had 10 points in the win against Brooklyn.
And he was outstanding getting to the line and converting.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Zach Levine is becoming a more rugged defender. He said, "It takes a toll. I've always been in great shape, but you have to be strong, too." The mental side of it, digging deep and figuring out how to get it done and how much you want it. Now, I like taking on those challenges. Back over to you, Brian.
Make it. Ooh, Butler with a little extra sauce on that one.
Oh, yeah, Jimmy Butler showing you that he's still got plenty of bounce in those legs.
LeVert passes to Jackson. Outside Levine. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Butler taking his time here. Oh, tough work inside from Butler.
They have no answer defensively inside.
LeVert passes to Jackson. Outside Levine. From deep. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Johnson a screen on Levine. Inside. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Man, how about the confidence Johnson possesses? That's a phenomenal job right there, using his body control and finishing.
Here's Levine for 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
And it's Butler with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on Zach Levine.
And there is so much that Butler brings to this offense. He can be their primary scorer or a facilitator. He has a very high basketball IQ.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, when you think about all the miles Jimmy Butler has on his legs now, how many more does he have left, Grant?
Well, he's been shouldering the load for a long time, but what separates him from the pack is his sheer will and his IQ. So he might just surprise us a little.
Shot by Levine, no good.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. Levine against Johnson. Levine can't hit. The 76ers have gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Butler with the bucket.
Well, that's helping your team. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make.
Bulls trail by 4. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And in the first year of a 5-year, $150 million extension, Jalen Johnson, a key player for his team moving forward, Legs.
And he's coming off that shoulder surgery, an injury which ended his season prematurely. And he's a lefty, so hopefully that won't be an issue going forward.
Let's not forget he's Milwaukee tough, too. A big group substitution here for Chicago. Klingon, he's checked in for Robinson. Buzelis comes in for Jackson. George, he's checked in for Monk. And Hart subbed in for Levert. Up top, Levine. George for three. Rebound by Philadelphia. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
All right, that's 2 fouls, not a big deal, but you don't want to pick up that third before the half.
Butler against George. Butler's shot is good. And now a 6-point Philadelphia lead.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
George outside. Outside Hart. Pass to Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Klingon. Shot blocked. Outside Butler for 3. Paul George pulls it in. Chicago's gone 4 of 7 from 3 during the second quarter. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle.
And at 6'10", Buzelis is becoming a very difficult cover for defenses, especially when he's aggressive in trying to score.
The first free throw is good. And we're seeing teams now that have found success with twin towers inside. What's behind that, Tim?
Well, there's a big difference between positionless basketball and small ball. Key is, if you can be big and skilled, that's a pretty tough combination to match up with.
No matter how the game changes, rebounding is always going to be a factor.
It's always key. He's as good as it gets at the line. Pretty much automatic.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Chicago. On Friday, they'll go up against Stephen Curry and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Saturday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
Levine passes to Hart. Now here's George. Offensive board. Doesn't go for him.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
White finds Butler. Mobley on a screen. Outside White. From downtown. Rebound by the Bulls.
Oh, it's embarrassing to miss a dunk, but even more so when you're all by yourself.
Yep, that one's good.
And Klingon just owns the middle.
And White has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Butler against George. Rejected by George. Here's Buzelis. He's guarded by White. Pass to Buzelis. Here's Levine for 3. Oh, Levine, an aerial assault.
He's dropping the 3 ball with incredible consistency. What a barrage here in the first half.
Here's White. And again, unable to change momentum here. Chicago leading. Pass to Hart. Levine with it. Now guarded by White. Outside Hart. Here's Levine for 3. It's hauled in by White. The 76ers have gone 6 of 14 in the second quarter. Outside Butler to the middle. Mobley. And Mobley throws it down. Neither side willing to relent.
That's led to 8 lead changes and a bunch of drama already.
Pass to Buzelis. Outside Levine. And the three-pointer goes. Levine's got 36 points.
He had to get it away, and he did. Levine with the quick release. Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. And here's Levine. Pass to Klingon. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
For a 7'2" guy like Donovan Klingon, it must be easy to jam it.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Philadelphia making a change here. Kennard's checked in. And with a pause in the action, here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. In third, the Bulls.
And when you look at the numbers from a year ago, they were dominant on the glass. It's a big part of their identity.
And here's Mobley. 16 points for him. Outside Butler. Pass to Kennard. Shot clock at 5. It's tipped. George outside. Levine passes to George. Outside Hart. Here's Levine for 3. Connects again from distance.
Another 3 for him. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
Well, he's just pouring it on, and he's tied for the 5th most triples ever in a single game. Johnson a screen on Levine. Here's Butler. Pass to Klingon. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him. 76ers trail by 7. White finds Butler. And there's the foul. It's on Zach Levine. That's foul number 2 for him. A minute 50 left in the half. Down low. Here's Kennard. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Butler's got assist number 7 tonight.
And they had early success from the perimeter, but I don't understand how they've gotten away from that here in the second.
Pass to George. Levine against Kennard. Puts it up. 5 on the clock. And Chicago again with a bucket.
And he's carried them this quarter. A dominant offensive stretch.
Tim, when you talk about Jimmy Butler, just how hard of a worker is this guy?
Well, he's just exceptional. That gritty style of play is what makes him so respected, B.A. And as we know, he has a way of rising to the occasion.
Butler can't get it to go. Here's Chicago now. They're on a 19-6 run. Right side Hart. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
White, the pass to Kennard. Outside Butler. Fires from deep. Boom! 3 for Jimmy.
He is totally locked in offensively and doing everything he can to bring his team back.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Levine. And again for 3.
And this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for third now for most threes in a game.
And the points keep piling up and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from downtown. Johnson passes to Butler. Kennard outside. Takes the 3. That one is off. Zach LaVine. He's been the guy making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. And that quarter was all about him, leading the comeback charge. Now they're up in this one. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
Taking a look here at Chicago, I don't look at win-loss records at this point. I want to see improvement from game to game.
I wish fans saw it that way. Most of the time it's about instant gratification. And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Philadelphia 76ers.
You're not going to win many games shooting under 30% from 3. If they want to climb back into it, they've got to focus on getting easier looks there, Ernie.
Not everybody can be like the Jet, though, who shot a career 40% from behind the line.
39.9%. That half year in Atlanta killed it, Ernie.
I would agree with that.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
'76ers trail by 9. Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. Butler out there with Jalen Johnson. Then there's Mobley, and then it's Alex Caruso, and it's White in at the 1.
Another bucket for Mobley. I mean, in a groove here tonight. They should just keep feeding him.
Outside Levine. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. White with it, hard covering, looking to get back on track. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And Legs is someone who has seen some of the great perimeter defenders over the years. Who's the best you've ever seen?
Well, the best defense, Brian, I ever played against were those mid-90s Bulls teams when you had to go up against Jordan and Pippen on either wing. And then more modern-day players like Drew Holiday, even a guy like Tony Allen when he was in Memphis, they stand out to me as well.
First team all-defense, Tony Allen.
Year in, year out, a nightmare to go up against.
Here's Mobley, uses the glass to finish the layup. Mobley's got 4 points in the quarter.
And there's a hunger to Mobley's game. That's how he beats the defense to the rebound.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Bulls are going younger. Coach Billy Donovan said, we don't want to be just stuck in the middle. There's no question about that, but it's always about the integrity of competition. The building out part is identifying guys that are going to help us move forward. Back to you.
Taking the long view. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. George outside. The 3 gets the 3 ball to go. George has got 11.
That's a beautiful stroke that time by Paul George. If he gets a look from beyond the arc, he is really dangerous.
Here's White. The teardrop. Hart pulls it in.
Well, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
Here's Levine. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Alex Caruso.
Just putting in work. Levine with a strong move and gets rewarded with a trip to the line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Levine.
You know, Zach LaVine is so energetic out there on the floor. You gotta love a guy who consistently plays at a very high effort level like that.
Both free throws good from Levine. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Outside Butler. To the paint. Here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Easy does it. Mobley is such a fluid athlete for his size.
Pass to Buzelis. Outside Levine. Good! Another from 3.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps hitting from deep.
Man, he's just exploded from deep tonight. That last make, tying him for second in most threes in a game. Butler passes to Johnson. On defense, the Bulls. Philadelphia moving it around. Mobley up top. Pass to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. The shot by Johnson. No good. Chicago leading by 8. On the wing, Levine. Outside Hart. Back to Levine. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul of the game. Hart with it. Clinging with a screen. 4 on the clock. Tries it from the top of the key. Hart can't hit.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Yeah, that time they're out in the open floor, and Jalen Johnson finished off that break beautifully.
Pass to Buzelis. It's stolen by Johnson. Here we go. The Sixers on the break. The open shot. White. Again, Philadelphia.
Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
And it's Levine with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. They lead by 4. When this game is done, they'll be off to Milwaukee, taking on the Bucks. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Connects again from distance.
He is completely dialed in from deep.
And by the way, with that make, he's now alone in second place for most threes in a game. At this point, you have to go for that top spot, right? Here's Butler. And it's Chicago with a board. Here's Buzelis. Pass to Hart. Here's Buzelis. And the call will be against Derek White. That's foul number 2 for him.
They're having a hard time with fouls. It's still early, but one more and they'll be over the limit.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Chicago making a switch here. Monk's checked in. Looking back at last season, the best when it comes to shot blocking. 5th, Donovan Clingan.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
George outside. Levine against Caruso. Clock at 4. Here's Buzelis. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. Outside White. Pass to Butler. Shoots over George. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Chicago leading by 7. Here's Buzelis. Outside Levine. 4-3. It's hauled in by White.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Tim, you graduated with an MBA from an elite business school. How has that impacted how you look at the NBA?
Well, it certainly gives you a look at how the business side of things are impacted in the NBA and a real grasp of the numbers. And man, oh man, are those numbers big at this level.
The shot by Buzelis no good. 76ers trail by 6. Here's Johnson, and a great assist by Butler as that one goes. 15 points now in the game for Jalen Johnson. The Bulls have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Pass to Buzelis. George outside. The 3 is up. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
Outside Butler. Now White. Monk covers. Mobley, a screen on Monk. White for 3. Chicago with a rebound. Klingen's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Well, I think at this point the whole team is pressing, but he certainly looks frustrated.
George in the post, covered by Mobley. And George with the jam.
Perfect start for Paul George, just absolutely filling up the stat sheet and carrying the load offensively.
White finds Butler. Pass to Mobley. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Mobley's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
And he is doing everything he can to keep his team in it, trying to lift his teammates up.
Outside Levine. The wide open shot is on the money. Levine's got 54 points.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Jackson, he's checked in for Buzelis. Philadelphia also making some changes. Jackson Davis is checked in for Mobley. Watson comes in for Johnson. And Ellis is subbed in for Caruso. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They trail by 9. Pass to Butler. Philadelphia moving it around. Here's the 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Outside Levine. Good! Another from 3.
Oh my, he is scorching hot. Another 3.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. Monk finds Jackson. Outside Levine. Good! That's another bucket.
A 60-piece. Oh, my goodness. And it's not his first of the year.
Well, he's tied for the fourth most 60-point games during a single season. It's incredible. Pass to Butler. There's the triple. Chicago with a rebound. Klingen's got 8 rebounds in the game. Well, one thing's certain about Donovan Klingen. He is going to be a defensive menace for years to come, Tim.
Yeah, B.A., he is a 7'2" monster, and he casts a long shadow in the paint. And for his size, he has the agility to hold up better than most centers further out.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
I mean, they've played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
And we should also mention their work on the perimeter. They have found quality looks from deep, and they have knocked them down.
Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Chicago. LeVert comes in for Monk. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots it from the high post. Rebounded by Marshall.
Well, that's a shot he should make a majority of the time.
To the inside with the 7-footer. Uses the glass that time. It's good. Butler's got 21.
Well, it's Butler's night. They have gone to him repeatedly, and you see why.
Robinson with it. Jackson Davis on him. Levine with it. And it's Marshall picking him up. And the dunk by Levine.
And just phenomenal at reading defenses. Levine understands when to shoot and when to pass in pick and rolls. Man, the defender really went after him.
This will be his 3rd trip to the free throw line. That's good from White.
And after not getting to the line in the first half, he has changed his mentality. He's being much more aggressive.
Monk, he's checked in for Chicago. The 76ers also with a sub. Watson's checked in. Robinson passes to Jackson. We've got 1:28 left in the 3rd quarter. Shot by Levine, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Oh, and Jackson with the block. And that'll be Philadelphia's ball as it goes out of bounds. Sixers able to keep the possession. Kennard, he's checked in for Derek White. To the middle. Here's Jackson Davis. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
No debate there. He got hammered.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. And the second free throw is good. 1:15 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Monk passes to Jackson. Outside Levine. And again for 3.
And of course it falls for him. And that 3 pushing him into the record books.
Well, he is now tied for the most 3s in a game. A night we'll never forget.
And I like the fact they didn't settle there. They worked for a higher percentage shot.
LeVert outside. Monk against Kennard. Pass to Levine. Let's go with a 3. Watson with a rebound. 76ers trail by 8. Kennard outside. Tries a 10-footer. And the shot is good. Drop it in off the front of the rim. There's 31 seconds left in the 3rd. Jackson outside. Here's Levine for 3. Connects again from distance.
Oh, hot as a tea kettle. He is just firing away, and he has set a new record for the most triples ever in an NBA game.
Breaking his own record. We knew his reputation and the kind of shooting display he can put on. He's taken it to another level, though. Kennard for 3. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. It's the Bulls leading by 9. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we return to the action as the single-game record for three-pointers is being rewritten.
Give this man his flowers. He is putting on a game for the ages.
Bulls leading by 9. They've got Karis LeVert, Zach LaVine out there with Jackson. Then there's Mitchell Robinson, and it's Monk in at the 2. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. LaVine can't hit. The 76ers shooting the ball at 60%, an excellent average. Steps back. Here's Kennard. That one off the back iron and out. And so Jackson Jr. will bring it up for Chicago. LeVert outside. Back to Jackson. Here's LaVine for 3. And they'll get another chance. Mobley with the block.
Man, Mobley is always lurking, ready to erase any shot that comes his way. And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No good on that one. That one's no good. 76ers trail by 9. Pass to Watson. Marshall outside. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Isaiah Jackson. And despite lacking a consistent three-point stroke over his career, Tim, Najee Marshall has been a pretty consistent rotation piece.
Yeah, BA, and he's done that despite the fact he was undrafted back in 2020. Defense really was his initial calling card. Offensively, he's looking to add to his game.
Making a name for himself now. We played just over a minute here in the 4th. Outside LaVine. Got a hand on it. Jackson, the pass to Robinson. Stolen by Mobley. Pass to Kennard. And here's Mobley. Oh, and Jackson with the block. Inside. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Offense has been hard to come by so far. A much-needed bucket right there.
Points have been hard to come by in this one. Every made basket is huge.
Kennard passes to Marshall. Down low. Here's Mobley. And he comes up with a bucket. Mobley's got 12 points in just the second half.
Inside Mobley is set up for success. His size and reach means the rim is right there for him.
Jackson the screen. LeVert passes to Jackson. Here's the break. Marshall with it. He's picked up by LaVine.
I mean, great anticipation by LaVine, managing to get his hand on
another bucket. Wow!
Never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long time. Robinson passes to LaVine. Here's Monk, defended by Watson. Pass to LeVert. Here's LaVine for 3. Here's Robinson. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And it's a 12-point Chicago lead.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
Nothing will drive your coach crazier than what you just saw. Lack of focus, lack of effort.
And Mobley gets it to go.
Well, as a team, they've been coming up short, but his pure scoring mentality as an individual has been unshakable.
Jackson outside. Here's LaVine for 3, and it's good. He hits another one.
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time great individual performances in league history.
Honestly, guys, I don't know how you stop him. He's in the mid-70s scoring-wise. Wilt's 78, Kobe's 81, and then Wilt's 100 are the only higher-scoring games ever.
LeVert outside. Screen by Robinson. From downtown. The shot by LeVert, no good.
It's been a quiet game for him. to this point on the offensive end, but the team has still played well enough to hold the lead.
Kennard into the lane. Here's Ellis. Misses the three. Bulls leading by 13. Robinson passes to LeVert. Now Jackson. Outside Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Monk. Jackson finds LeVert. Monk for three. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Monk.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, that'll give them something to think about.
For Chicago, who's Ellis is checked in for Jackson. George comes in for Monk. And it's Josh Hart in for LeVert. And a new group getting ready for the Sixers. Jalen Johnson, he's checked in for Watson. Jimmy Butler comes in for Marshall. Caruso, he's checked in for Ellis. And it's White in for Kennard. White against Hart. White, the pass to Butler. Over George. Butler, good. Butler's got 23 points.
Yeah, Butler just using that screen to perfection.
Pass to Buzelis. Here's Levine for three. It's hauled in by the Sixers.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
Now here's Mobley. Back to Butler. And he's going for the oop here. And a fast break now for the Bulls. Buzelis' shot is good.
Yeah, this demonstrates how confident Buzelis is. He knows he can be lethal off the catch.
Johnson a screen on George. Butler passes to Johnson. George with it. Now guarded by Butler. Levine against Johnson. And the dunk by Levine.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable performance from Levine. His offensive skill set is amazing.
Caruso, the pass to White. Mobley, a screen on Hart. Back to Caruso. From the arc. Sinks the tray.
And the shot selection has been great, but the volume isn't where it needs to be.
Over to the wing. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Mobley's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Right side, Butler. Caruso outside. Johnson a screen on Levine. Here's Caruso. Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And when Johnson puts it all together like this, he is special. Right now, he is absolutely torching those guys.
George outside. Sinks it from distance. George has got 19 points.
What a performance. Hit 2 from beyond the arc in the first half, and he's added 3 more since.
Mobley on a screen. Pass to Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. And here's Butler outside. Can't get it to drop.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from 3. Only had that 1 in the first half.
And good! There's another!
And that ties him for 3rd all-time scoring for a single game. What a remarkable night.
Boy, a game not to be forgotten. He has put on a show.
And to equal a mark set way back in 1961 by Wilt Chamberlain, that tells you all you need to know.
Pass to Buzelis. For 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
I think it's great to see that kind of confidence in a young guy like Buzelis.
White against Hart. White, the pass to Mobley. Uses the glass on the layup. 32 points for Evan Mobley.
Well, he's not the reason they're down right now. He has played smart, efficient basketball.
Pass to Buzelis. Outside Levine. He got it again! Sensational!
And incredible! Never thought we'd see another player score this much.
Man, it feels surreal, doesn't it? That score puts him tied for the second most points in an NBA game. What an historic night.
81, equaling Kobe's scintillating game back in 2006. Just incredible to see it matched once again.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. And now it's time for our presentation of the player of the game, Zach LaVine.
He has truly put on a show out there tonight, tearing it up on both ends of the floor. So impressive, and the other squad has looked helpless to stop him.
Well, obviously, he doesn't like losing. They dropped 3 in a row coming into this one. He took it on himself and put a stop to that streak. Johnson outside. Outside White. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
LaVine outside. Jacks up a 3. Oh, connects again.
He is ripping through this defense and continues his assault on the record books.
Hey, and that score moves him into second place for most points in a game.
And to think he has eclipsed Kobe's mark of 81 and now has his sights set on 100. This is a game we'll be talking about for decades.
Here's Caruso. Outside Butler. Philadelphia moving it around. 5 to shoot. Pass to Johnson. Three-pointer. Chicago grabs the miss.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Buzelis. Outside LaVine. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter here. Soft touch off the glass.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone.
There's a screen by Johnson. Johnson on the wing. Back to Butler. Can they get it? Cash from downtown!
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Bulls.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
And they'll chalk this up as their third win of the year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Zach LaVine.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Shot is good by LaVine.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
Butler's got space. Again, Philadelphia. There's 42 seconds left in the final quarter. Pass to Buzelis. For 3, George. Caruso grabs the board. Johnson finds Mobley. Back to Johnson. Now White. Yes, sir! Hard against White. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Zach LaVine.